Add to stream. There we go. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging on this live, so I wanted to go ahead and jump on. Today we are talking about how to rescue animals in the Woodlands and Houston. You know, on my street, I live on Cypresswood. I see dogs running around all the time, and it really just breaks my heart because half the time they're not wearing a collar. So I don't know if they need to be rescued or if they actually belong to someone. So I decided to do a little bit of research into how to get into rescuing animals. And I wanted to bring that to y'all as well. So the first thing that I would recommend doing when you're rescuing animals is if they are nice, then taking them to the vet, because that's where you can get if they don't have a collar and you can't just call that person, take them to the vet to have them scanned to see if they are if they have an owner and if they can be taken back to their owner. Now, if they aren't, then my next recommendation is actually not to go directly to the shelters, but to take a picture of the animal, explain how you found them, where you found them, and then post that to both your neighborhood groups in Facebook and also get on Nextdoor app, because it's several neighborhoods right around you that other people may know the animal or their owner may know you. So I would recommend going there next. And then if no one knows who the owner is, then I would actually stay on those and ask if anyone would want to adopt or foster the animal, because ultimately we want the shelters to be the last place we go, the rescues in the shelters to be the last place we go, because they are so bottlenecked in what they can do and they have a lot of animals. So first I would actually go to the Nextdoor app and post that, and on Facebook, and post those items, and just any other social media platform you use, so that we can try and find that animal a place to live before going to the rescue shelters. Now, I do have a list of no-kill shelters that I will drop in the comments below as well, but here are a couple of them. Friends for Life Houston. There's Operation Pets Alive, which is in the Woodlands. There's also the South Texas Animal Adoption Rescue, which is STAAR, basically, which is in Katy. And Hope, which is Homeless and Orphaned Pets Endeavor. So those are a couple of them. I will drop the rest in there, but also not just those rescues exist. There's also ones that are specific to breeds. So if you can kind of tell what that animal is, if they have something very strong in their DNA that you can tell, oh, that's a poodle for sure. It's got some sort of poodle in it, or it's got a golden retriever in it, then those specific rescues may take on your animal as well. So there's the Poodle Rescue of Houston, and there's also the Golden Beginnings, which are a couple of others. But if you see something very specific in that animal, then also look up that particular breed's rescue, because a lot of times those are around here and they will have a little bit more room than the no-kill shelters. So that is my recommendation for rescuing an animal that's actually that's running around and that sort of thing. Now, if you want to volunteer, if you believe rescuing animals that way is your calling, maybe you don't have room for another animal or whatever the case may be, there are 4 ways to volunteer to help at the shelters. The first one is to actually give your time. So the shelters will have you in either like a room, be a room tenant. They will, let me make sure I have this right. So they do request dog walking. They even have people that are on a team that actually try and enhance the animals' playfulness and everything, where they actually they put together materials and different toys to try and keep the animal happy and entertained until they're adopted. So that's another team that they have. And finally, another team is a matchmaker. So you can be the person that takes the potential adopter around to the different animals and tries to help them match with the right animal for them. So they have all of these positions available if you want to donate your time. Now, the second way that you can help at shelters is fostering. So a lot of the shelters allow you to foster. You will go in, you'll do an interview, you'll fill out an application, and you'll talk to the foster coordinator, and then they'll give you an animal to foster, and that will be until it gets adopted. Now, not everyone is able to foster in a long-term sense, or they don't want that commitment. So actually, the Pasadena Humane Society allows you to do over the weekend fostering. So over the weekend stays, the animal actually comes just for the weekend. And then they also have doggy day out stay, or doggy field trips, and you can actually do a doggy date and foster a dog that way and just get them out of the rescue and the Humane Society. So those are all ways that you can actually help in a fostering care or a fostering way. Now, the third way that you can help shelters is actually going to their Amazon wish list. A lot of them have it. You can find it. I will drop a couple of those shelters wish lists below as well. But you can go on their Amazon wish list and you can just buy a couple of toys or a couple of bowls or whatever it is that they need. If you don't have the time to give, then maybe a monetary donation of actually giving them something that they're looking for would be very helpful to them. Now, the last way that you can help, and this is anyone, it's free and it's not super time consuming, is follow those specific shelters on Instagram or on Facebook and share those shelter animal posts on your social media as well, so that other people will see the animals that they're taking care of, or they'll see that this is a great rescue that might be something that they want to donate to. So those are all ways that you can help to rescue or to help rescue animals in a volunteer sense. Now, the last way is if you want to adopt, and that is rescuing an animal from those shelters or from the pound that does kill animals. So the other way is to adopt, and you just want to make sure that you're ready for that, because sometimes they are mentally, the animals are mentally anguished, and it will take time to bring them out of their shell and for them not to pee on the floor anytime you potentially scold them for doing something. So I had a Samoyed that I adopted when my family adopted whenever I was about 8 years old, and all I can remember is he had a really bad skin infection when we first got him, and every time we got excited or any loud noises happened, he'd pee on the floor. So, you just need to know that when you're getting an animal that's been rescued, you're not always getting an animal that is going to be lively and happy and everything right away. They're going to have possible problems that you need to address, and you need to be ready to address those for that animal to bring them back out of their shell and bring them back to being the happy puppy or the happy kitten or whatever they were when they first were born. So those are the ways that I would recommend rescuing animals. Also, again, if you have any questions about the different rescues, the no-kill rescues that are around, then look at the description below also, and then the Amazon wish lists are also going to be on there. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.